there's a way of like just carrying that Hawaiian culture with you. I don't know exactly what it is. So we believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Like that Hawaiian culture of, it's not just like, you don't have to be a Christian to have like similar values. Even though they don't have a certain religion, doesn't make them a bad person. I hear a lot of common like church hurt. It's a real thing because the judgment, like because you're not following a lot of certain rules, right? Then like you're judged by the people in the church. Hawaii is like a melting pot, like cultures, a lot of Asian cultures. But I know Filipinos came to Hawaii or the islands to work on the plantations.
What really is our history?
I only know as much as you tell me.
What do they say? It's like there's only enough food on this island at a time.
It's like 6 days. If a ship doesn't come in 6 days, if people panic buy, it's like 3 days.
What if we got cut off from the rest of the world? What would life look like on this island if suddenly we weren't getting imports? Do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, I had to think about it. I was like, in my head, I was like, automatically, I'm like, we're gonna die, guys.
Yeah,
we're not gonna die. We're not gonna make it. I don't even know where the closest farmland is from Milani.
Yeah.
The only farmland I see is solar panels.
Hey guys, welcome to the Conscious Flow podcast. We're your hosts, Kevin and Marley.
Hey guys.
Our guest today is Cici. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, well, I am 20 years old. I was born and raised here on the island of Oahu, specifically in Milani, very central, and a great community. I've actually met Calvin and Marley through a good friend of mine that I actually just met earlier this year too. Her name is Jess, and she's amazing. And I mean, if she hangs out with them, they've got to be amazing too. So yeah, that's kind of how I met them.
Yeah, we met at a potluck, and how long did you know Jess before?
I think it was maybe around February or like late January, February.
Okay.
Maybe.
Did you do one of her sound baths? Or,
no, but actually, after I met her and she was telling me a little bit about what she does, it was funny because my uncle actually, he was like learning it on his own. So I was like, hey, I know someone you should go to. But I met her through one of my classmates in college. They were actually good friends, I think, mentors. She was mentoring him. And yeah, from there, hung out with them. Got to meet Millie. You guys met Millie.
Millie.
Beautiful golden retriever.
Jessica's dog that goes everywhere with Jessica.
Yes, hikes. Oh, adventurous. She's a strong woman. Both of them.
Both her and her dog. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they are one, and it's really, really sweet. Yeah. It's so funny, that event that we met you at, it was it was like kids running rampant. There was this huge bonfire, and the kids were just going crazy with the fire. They were like throwing things onto the fire and like picking. What were they doing? They were like lighting these giant sticks.
Even they're just finding any like random
anything flammable.
Branch.
Yeah.
They're like pulling it, dragging
and
it.
they're just like flinging it around. I'm like, and me and you, I think we're kind of like running around like, okay, guys, where are your parents, first of all? The parents are all visiting, like, whatever, it's fine. And
talking story.
Yeah. And we're just like, I don't really want things to be lighting on fire right now. And it was really funny.
Oh,
so
yeah. They're like holding torches like back in the day.
That was kind of our intro to each other, because we were just hanging out with the kids. And then we were learning a bit. Kevin and I were talking to you for a while about just how you're planning to work with kids. And that's kind of your life path.
That is, as of right now. I've been like wanting to do it ever since I was little. Oddly saying, because I'm the youngest in my family. So like I was that little one. But I guess I've had so much great people above me and like around me too, that it like really helped, I guess, encouraged me to get into that as well and be that for someone else. that maybe doesn't have that.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, because a lot of people might not have the patience for working with different kids all the time. So you probably have good patience for that, right?
Yeah, good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were younger, you wanted to work with kids. What do you know? What kind of drove that? Like you're saying that you felt like as a kid you had really good people around you. But was there like other like younger kids that you were ever around that you were like, oh, I like to hang out with children? And yeah.
Definitely. I'd say my cousins. And also, like, in the neighborhood that I lived in, we were a pretty tight, like, community. Like, beyond or within Mililani, we had our, like, we lived in the, what's it called, a dead end. So, like, a cul-de-sac. And everyone in that, like, all the families in that cul-de-sac, super close. We even, like, went beyond to, like, taking some, like, trips to Disneyland together. Yeah, some like neighborhood trips, which is crazy. We'd be like fast passing with my grandma in her wheelchair. Like, and they're like, how many with you? And we're like 16.
16.
Yeah, and they're like,
that's
like
crazy.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, just for the people that don't know, like Mililani it's like central Oahu.
Yes.
And that's where you grew up.
Yeah.
And, like, was it weird going to the mainland, like to go to Disneyland as a kid?
As a kid, I mean, everything was just so big, kind of a blur at the moment. But I mean, growing up, I didn't really travel much. I guess because in my family, we had six. A family of six. I have 3 older brothers above me, and then me, and then my parents. My parents both work. Good, decent jobs, but definitely with the cost of living in Hawaii, it's not the easiest. I remember, like, a good core memory is when we go to the movies. We'd go to movies, and then we'd get, like, one drink, and then get our popcorn, and then get the refill, too.
Yeah.
I mean, just anything to survive, but, like, everyone was satisfied. But, like, now, being the only one in the house, it's, like, I'm like, I can get my own drink, and I don't have to share with anyone else.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can, like, now that I'm getting older, I can see the change, and I can feel it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you said 3 older brothers and then 2 younger? Are there...
No, just 3 older brothers, and then me.
And then you?
Yes, and then my parents.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
that's the 6. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, that's so 3 older brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Are they protective of you?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, we were close in age, all 3 years apart.
Okay.
So we butted heads a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find childhood really interesting. Just how kids are so vulnerable, because I've had someone say that, I think it was a healer that I was working with, or I was seeing or something, and I don't know why the topic of children came up, and she was like, yeah, kids are living in their subconscious mind. And it really made sense to me, 'cause she was like, they're just receiving and they're receptive, and I think that's why they can be programmed really easily to think a certain way, or so, and you said that you're in psychology, you're learning psychology.
Yes.
Are you in that right now, or?
I am. I took some, like, prereqs within that, like, just basic human development, starting all the way from newborn to the end stages, kind of, like, went through the class and the cycle.
So you're like in it, learning about what development looks like. Is there anything about it that stands out to you?
I mean, just in a human's life, it's like diapers to diapers, right? It's like the very beginning, and then you hit, like, a peak where, like, you learn so much, and then you get to, like, apply it to your own life. And then at the end, I mean, in all these different stages, you're constantly learning something different. And maybe you'll, like, learn something here, and that works for that time, but then it will change eventually. you know, and that's like something that not everyone's willing to do, is adapt to it. But I find it very interesting. That's like the whole part of, like, I guess, I find it interesting.
Growing up here, I wonder, because I've talked to several different people who've grown up in Hawaii, maybe on this island or another island, but a lot of times they say that they didn't know what they had until they left the island. Would you say that that's how it's been for you to grow up here, or do you feel like you've always felt this gratitude to being on this island? How has that, like, I guess, been for you?
For me,
Yeah.
I think a big part was, like, back to my community. I feel like I was raised in a pretty, like, thankful and like seeing everything as, like, seeing the good in everything kind of perspective and mindset. I think that was a big thing that was instilled with my parents. I mean, like, religiously too, like being a Christian, we had some, like, values growing up still have values growing up in the household with, like, respect, but also just, like, there's so much things to be thankful for, and just to, like, choose to continue to practice it every day. And then I guess the only thing really, because I haven't really lived on my own outside of the islands, but I've traveled, but, like, seeing it's like, there's a time I went to New York, and, like, going from, like, over here where you can just smile at someone and just be like, you know, go about your day, where, like, all over there everyone's kind of to themselves, or, like, you gotta watch out, you know. So I'd, like, I remember visiting my brother, and then I was, like, smiling, like, just smiling at people crossing by, and then my brother had to take me back to the apartment and be like, hey, like tomorrow and for the rest of this trip, don't do that. Like, you can't just
Oh my
smile
gosh, that's
at
so
anyone.
That happened to
There's
me.
safety wise.
That happened to me when I visited my sister studying abroad. She was studying abroad in Florence, Italy. So it was even, like, the next, like, kind of another level of, you don't even make eye contact with men on the streets, which I didn't know. And so I'd made eye contact with some old man who was just sitting on the street, and he just immediately starts talking to me and starts hitting on me. And and my sister was just, like, ushering me away, like, don't look at him, don't talk to him. And then I started to notice all the women walking on the streets, they just are in their zone, and they just don't make eye contact. And I guess in that culture, if you make eye contact, you're welcoming maybe unwanted attention or something, which is so crazy. And then we're from Washington State, and so it's, you know, a little chiller than that, but it's still maybe not as fully welcoming culture as it is here on this island. And just in Hawaii in general, I feel like people are, maybe happier and
New York must have been shocking. I've never been there, actually.
It was a shock. Culture shock, definitely. I mean, great weather, but I went during summer 2 times. Amazing weather, but it took me a while to adjust. Like, when I came back home, my mom, like, asked my brother, like, what'd you do to my daughter? She's not smiling. Like, I couldn't. Like, I was, like, in a zone. Like, if I wasn't, like, making eye contact or talking to someone, it's just, like, a straight face. And I don't like myself with a straight face. I scare myself.
No, you're so, like, smiley, and that would be really interesting as a mother to witness. That's so funny.
I'd say that would be, like, a big culture shock. And I guess my appreciation, that's where I, like, appreciated where I'm from and the people that live around me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like going out here on the bike path, just talking to people. Everybody's so friendly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. Get to
Yeah.
know your community.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. Well, that's why I asked, because I know like a couple people have said that they had to leave the island, and it sounds like because of your upbringing, maybe you've had that gratitude instilled in you from the beginning. But yeah, it sounds like for some people they actually have to leave because this is all they've known, and they don't know that these beautiful beaches and this like the culture here and the happy smiley people isn't always how it is. So wow.
Yeah.
And then were you gonna ask a question?
I find it interesting because I like I was telling you earlier that I like to ask people that grew up on the mainland, like, why did they move out here, and I always find it really interesting. But then just hearing your story of growing up here is really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And you're saying that you were raised in like a Christian household. I find that really interesting too, because we've also interviewed a couple people on our podcast who left the church because it had negative effects on them. And I think there's a lot of different churches and stuff with different values. And so what is your church like? Because it sounds really positive whenever you talk about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, humble little church, and actually also in a town over from Milani. It's in Whitmore. It's like Milani, a town called Waihewa, and then Whitmore. Still central, but grew up there all my life. My parents were kind of there from the beginning, but the ministry over there, I mean, it's built on community again, kind of some like same values as like I'd say Hawaii, with respect, but discipline too. But it's not like you're hearing all these rules. It's really, I think it's very encouraging. We have like even babies that are like in the church, so we have like a good variety of like our elders that like have been walking with Christ and with their faith for a long time, have a lot of wisdom and not a lot of people to look up to too, and that's like in different seasons of their life that they would pour onto like our young adults. So that'd be like me, and then our high schoolers, and then even into our kids, like our nurseries. So I think just having a lot of good people ahead.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. It sounds
very uplifting.
Yeah, uplifting. It sounds different. I mean, neither Kevin and I were really raised in a church. Kevin, you were kind of in a church.
I went to church for a few years, when I was 8 years old, 8 to 10 maybe.
Oh, I thought it was all the way up until 10.
No. Actually, no, it was probably 6 to 8, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not that long.
Yeah. And then my parents got divorced, and then everybody stopped going to church after that.
Yeah.
And do you remember what it was like for you?
Well, I think it wasn't super strict. I think there were definitely some rules. I think I had a hard time sort of understanding it. But one of my favorite parts was like all the live music. It was actually a pretty big church, and they would always have like some guitar players, and I was like, this is so cool. Yeah. But yeah, and then living here now, we have like this huge, Mormon community just in the next town over. And that's really, I guess there's a lot of Mormon people here. It's like one of the biggest Mormon churches in the Polynesia.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. From BYU down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like we've been learning about that quite a bit, and just talking to people who maybe have had honestly, I would say most of the people we've talked to about being Mormon, it's been more negative. I don't want to say that that's like how everyone's experience is with it, but yeah, so it's really interesting to talk about. I don't know.
Definitely.
Like, I think people are scared to talk about religion and like belief systems, but I think that's like it. I really think that's how we like learn from each other.
What's the name? Because like different Christian churches have different names, right? So what's the name of your like church?
The church that religion? I go to.
Or I mean, like the religious name, or
I think. Okay, well, to my little brain,
because I actually forgot what kind I went to when I don't know what it was.
No, yeah. So the church I go to, it's a Christian church where beliefs are, I believe it's Pentecostal, if I'm not mistaken. But Google that. That's like what I was just like raised on, being told that we're a Pentecostal church. So we believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And that Holy Spirit lives in us when we accept the Lord. So that helps us in a way. I mean, definitely reading the Bible, because there are rules, right? That are set in the Bible of just like guidance. I see it as like a guidance to help live. And I mean, beyond just like biblically, I find it very interesting to like grow up and be like, some people, I guess with culture too, kind of just like that respect others, yourself, and like your surrounding, right? Like that Hawaiian culture of, it's not just like, you don't have to be a Christian to have like similar values,
right?
Too, you know? And like, even though someone may not be Christian, but like they could still be a good person. Like, you know, it's like, even though they don't have a certain religion, doesn't make them a bad person. I think that's the misconception that a lot of people have. Like, oh, like you don't believe in God. Like, oh my goodness, like it's a terrible thing.
Right.
But then you look at their life, and that, I think that's where I hear a lot of common like church hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like it's a real thing. Like, because the judgment, like, because you're not following a lot of certain rules, right? Then like you're judged by the people in the church. When it's not meant to be judged, it's meant to be like, in my church, it's like, it's uplifting, you know? Like,
right. We
share our struggles because we're all humans. And then like we work together, and like, I mean, different things work for, like different solutions work for different people. Yeah. And that's just helping each other in general. It's beyond religion. Like, we're all humans.
That is so beautiful. Is that, you're saying Hawaiian culture, is it kind of a Hawaiian church?
It's not a Hawaiian church. I mean, the church that I go to, there's a lot of Filipinos.
Okay, gotcha.
So our community is like plenty Filipinos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. So I guess, but like, I guess a lot of people were raised in Hawaii, and like there's a way of like just carrying that Hawaiian culture with you. I don't know exactly what it is, but I mean, other people pick it up too.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really not.
Aren't Hawaiian, I mean, this might be a really dumb question, but like, aren't Hawaiians kind of at the core Filipino? Because they came from, like, didn't they migrate from...
Like, from plantation.
Okay. So did they didn't migrate from the Philippines?
They did.
Okay.
Like, and then they came here. So the Filipinos came. I'm not sure on timestamp or anything, but I know Filipinos came to Hawaii or the islands to work on the plantations.
Okay.
So that's where, like, I don't know if you've heard, but like Hawaii is like a melting pot, like cultures. Okay. A lot of Asian cultures.
Yeah, yep. I have heard that.
Yeah, so then that's where, like, when people think of like, oh, you're Hawaiian, some people would be like, oh, like a mix plate of like Filipino, Japanese, Polynesian.
Right.
Micronesian. Yeah. So like a lot of just like a lot of these different cultures just like coming together. But then there's of course like the Canucks, which are the Hawaiians. Like, yeah.
Right, and the Hawaiians have been here for a long time.
Yes.
And what's that word that you said?
A Canuck.
Okay.
Or that's like a shortened name.
Yeah.
And that's like they're like the
Like
they were here before everyone else kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Bloodline. I guess
Right,
that's
it's kind of like the
referring to
core bloodline of the islands.
Yeah.
But then they also migrated here a long time
Yes.
ago.
Yeah.
Do you know where they migrated from?
I'm not sure in that.
Yeah.
Probably learned it in like school, like elementary school.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like they said they
From the
came
Polynesian.
somewhere on, like somewhere else in Polynesia
Yes,
on
yeah.
a canoe.
Mm-hmm.
And then they found the islands. But
Right.
you don't know where they we don't know where they
Exactly,
came from. Maybe
yeah.
nobody knows where I mean, it would just be speculation anyway.
Right.
Right. How
Right.
do they really
No.
know?
Back to
Yeah.
like school books. Like, I only know
Yeah.
as much as you tell me that I should
Right.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Do
who
you
really
ever?
knows?
Yeah. Do you ever think
Right?
about that?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a lot. Of
And just like
times.
what really is our history? I think about that all the time. Like what? Because we're just basing our history off of what people are telling us, and who is the one narrating the story, and who created these history books, and what's being taught to us. You know what I mean?
Who
Yeah. Do you have
finalized-
any theories of like your own
Ooh,
theories?
Oh my
of-
goodness. I try not to like get into it, or else I'm gonna be like fixated on it. But
Right.
I hear, because like a lot of things that I hear, I feel like, I mean, definitely I'm my own person, so I could decipher, what I want to believe and not. But then I do hear, because my mom's into this, and she talks about COVID, and like.
Oh.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID and like the conspiracy, almost like conspiracy theories
Yeah.
about it.
I'm down for this.
I to be completely honest, sometimes I just shut my ears because I'm like, sometimes at points I'm like, the less I know, the better.
Right. I mean, you still have to live in society. You just have to.
Right.
Sometimes you have to just
Protect myself.
mean,
do
I
what
think
you need to do to be
Yeah.
happy.
Everybody's moms have conspiracy theories, so I'm now I'm ready to hear your
Yeah, what
mom's
is-
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable sharing here.
All I can remember is like about control. That was a big thing, like controlling. I think that was basically it. I mean, and then the next step of like, I don't know if you heard like the mark of the beast.
No.
No. I don't know how to best describe it. It's something that like I was told constantly growing up. So then it's
Okay.
like at a certain age, I don't know what age, but I came to a point where I was like, okay, like, yeah, right, got it, right, okay.
Whoa.
No lion's gonna come at you. Like, you're okay. We're on the island.
What is the mark of the beast?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to describe it to you.
Okay.
But it's supposedly supposed to be like satanic.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's again like about control, and possibly, if I'm not mistaken, coming from the government, right? Because like they issue like our health and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
it's basically for control.
Yeah.
Yeah, of the people.
Right. I mean, I've gone down these rabbit holes.
I'd like to hear yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have an interesting convo with your mom about
Definitely.
I mean, yeah.
yeah, because yeah, I feel this, and I definitely, I mean, I am very tapped into energies, and I can kind of feel when something isn't coming from an authentic place, or someone isn't being authentic or something. And so I could feel with COVID, I was like, my BS meter is going off right now. And this is just like, this feels not right. Yeah, and I guess I also have tuned into the government, and honestly feel like I can go down like a really dark downward spiral. You could call it satanic, because like when I tune into the energies of certain groups of people that I don't even really know what I'm tuning into, but I'm just like, this feels dark. And then I have to pull myself out and just be like, okay, I'm gonna be my light and just do what I can do to just bring good into the world. Because at some point you can go down that whole that whole downward spiral, but also it's like a balance. I don't know, and I don't know that I have like an exact idea of what's going on, but I do feel the control, like there's a control aspect going on, like with the government, whoever is controlling the government. I don't know, but I resonate with that. Yeah, and I'm definitely down to explore conspiracy theories for sure. And Kevin and I talk about conspiracies all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think a few people got really rich off of COVID, right? And that could have been like a motivation, you know, like even just getting people more reliant on ordering things online and things like that. So it, you know, there's multiple theories. Some might not be really bad, but you know, it could have been like Jeff Bezos starting COVID to make people order things online. You know, but then of course I think there's some maybe darker ones.
I think there's something really, really dark stirring.
Yeah.
But again, it's almost like, because I've done energy work for a long time, like getting in tune with my spiritual essence. And it's just like, you have to also be careful what you focus your energy on, because it'll suck your energy. And it just, I don't know, like when I feel like there's the conspiracy theorists that get really tapped into, like they're tapping into all the dark conspiracies of what's happening, and they get really angry and amped up. And I think at some point you also have to like step back and just be like, okay, what's right in front of me?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're one of those people who's kind of like, I don't really need to know all this dark stuff that's happening. Maybe it's happening,
Maybe
but
it's not.
but like what's in my like
Control.
Yeah, in my control, and what's in my everyday life kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that goes a lot with, I mean, earlier, before we were starting to talk, we talked about change. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with this.
Yeah.
The question was stirring up.
That's okay.
No.
The change of
No, yeah.
I don't know, I guess I'm not sure but like the change of the island after COVID or something. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What have you noticed about what's changed here?
Definitely, when you mentioned that's what it was. Yeah, like relying on that like online, right? And we're an island, you know, so like we only have so many resources, and we only have so many space, and you know, to like carry all those imports of goods and stuff for us to survive.
Whoa.
I know there's a constant question that, like, I guess going back to culture, that like my history teachers would like always ask if like you think that would be like we'd be able to become self-sustainable once again.
So you're talking about the island of Oahu?
Yeah. I guess. Yeah,
because I feel like some of the other islands might have it going for them a little bit better.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, not as cement city as Oahu.
But yeah, I've wondered that too, especially with the war that was going on, and there was concerns about
Container ships.
the container ships and yeah, like what, and then Kevin and I were talking about a scenario of what if we got cut off from the rest of the world? This place would turn into an apocalypse. And like, what would life look like on this island if suddenly we weren't getting imports? Do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, I had to think about it. I was like, in my head, I was like, automatically, I'm like, we're gonna die, guys.
Yeah.
we're not gonna die. We're not gonna make it. I don't even know where the closest farmland is from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
The only farmland I see is solar panels. Like,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
yeah. I'm like,
Or pineapple
are
fields.
you, we're just be eating straight acidic all day.
Oh, jeez. Be like bloated.
Stomach ulcers.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. No, and there's just not enough food here.
Yeah.
There's like I don't know. I've heard the stat. What do they say? It's like there's only enough food on this island at a time.
It's like
to
6
feed.
days. If a ship doesn't come in 6 days, if people panic buy, it's like 3 days or something.
Which is that would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think about that too. Of like, it's not something you want to, marinate on all the time. But also, like, I feel like with things happening with COVID, and you just realize that stuff can happen. And what do you do if it happens?
Right.
Like what, I guess this is just, think of this as like a fun, I guess, mind experiment. But what would you do if there was, we were completely cut off from any imports and the island started going to this apocalyptic state? First of all, what do you think it would look like?
Yeah. Do you think people would band together, or do you think it would kind of like just every man for himself, or like maybe a few people would band together? What do you think would
I think
happen?
it depends what city you're in.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think some parts of the island would go into like isolation and start like fending, maybe like fights within the house itself. Like, oh, I bought this kind of thing. Kind of like money tight, right? It's like, I bought this is mine, you can't use it. Right? Kind of like, I think for other places, it'll be like, okay, like, let's collect together, like with whoever we have, and let's ration. There'll be like rationing. I don't know if you guys had growing up too, because you grew up in the mainland, but like, I think a funny thing that like me and my siblings always like dogged my parents for, like just for fun, to like uplift it, right? About like constantly overbuying too. Like when we go to like Costco or Sam's Club, overbuying to like stock up for emergency.
Right.
But
So
like
that was kind of like instilled in you growing up.
Yeah. So like my mom always had like the good stuff in the pantry, like hiding in the back. I'm like, then later on when we find it out, like look at it again, it's all like wasted because we kept it for emergency.
Yeah.
So then there's like, I mean, there's food waste, but then like, see, you should have just let me eat the Pop-Tarts earlier, like when I asked for it.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, for me, like my parents, at least, when I would go to the store with my dad, he would buy just enough for like that dinner. So he just goes to the store every day, and so maybe that's where like the mindset's a little different.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. When I was living alone in my tiny home in the tiny town that we met in Washington, I would stock up. I mean, I was also living alone, so I was like, but I think it was around COVID time, so my brain was like, I don't know what's gonna happen in the world right now, but I'm gonna make sure I have a bunch of rice and just like things that keep well, and things are easier to keep in Washington than here. Everything seems to just go bad so fast. I don't even know how you can
weather.
Like the
save stuff
cans
here.
start rusting. And
That's one of the
sitting in
biggest.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest issues here is that the food will just go bad if you don't eat it. And
There's a lot of
so,
food waste.
yeah. And so, like, how do you stock up here?
Right.
You know, and then, I have no idea what it would look like over here.
Well, and what about like fishing and stuff?
Oh,
you know?
fishing.
I mean, that's a good one. I
Except
feel like
that
very
everyone might
few.
start fishing.
Yeah, but then also like a very few that maybe like live on the island to even practice it, even practice fishing. So
Right.
like that craft is like, it's not everyone has it,
Well, then they're
Right.
the ones that are going to survive because people are going to need them.
right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're going to need.
Yeah.
Are they? Then they're gonna like start running out of fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
possible. I mean, with pollution too, right?
Yeah.
It's like all these other just things that can
Yeah.
affect it. I
Yeah,
don't know. My brain just goes like, yeah, guys. Sorry,
Yeah.
we're cooked. We're absolutely
we're cooked.
done.
Yeah,
Your
We're done.
mindset's pretty dire.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's why I like, be like,
yeah. And that's why we don't go down those rabbit holes too often.
Yeah.
But I think it's still a good practice. Just because also when something bad happens, I don't want to just be like, oh my God, frozen. Like, what do I do? Because that's what I do. I just like freeze. I'm just like, Kevin, can you just get the centipede? Just get it.
Yeah.
Like we had a centipede in here, and I just one time, and I just literally like call Kevin. He's at work, and I'm like, Kevin, it's like he's just off work, and I'm like, I need you to get home right now.
Yeah, I get back to my phone and I have 25 missed calls. And I'm like, it's
left him
probably
a bunch of voicemails, and
Yeah.
I'm just laying on the ground, like eye contact with this centipede, just like, you're not going anywhere. But I don't have it in me to go try to catch it. And I mean,
Yeah.
They got a
Actually,
lot of
take that-
legs,
that
right?
the little vacuum right over there and just vacuum them up. And,
Right.
and
they
then
don't
squish
fit
'em.
that easily. We've only had one incident with a big centipede in here, but anyway,
island life.
island life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have nightmares about centipedes. I actually had a nightmare about one the other night.
Oh, okay.
They're
don't-
probably normal for you.
I
Centipedes.
mean, no matter like anywhere. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So,
Yeah.
I think just the look of centipedes.
They're so
yeah, just
creepy.
no.
They're so big too. They're like what? Like 6 to 8 inches. Yeah, it's crazy.
Have you ever came across just recently in our like shed there was like a Madagascar kind of size, and it was like a pretty like it was like this big
Okay.
and it was this fat of a lizard,
Like an
Wow.
inch and a half.
like
fat.
the green lizards,
Uh-huh.
but like
No.
fat, like iguana almost size.
No. Wow.
Yes, yeah, in my shed. And then it was crazy because before that on like Instagram, I was like scrolling and I saw that like someone posted it. But I was like, oh, like with all this AI, right? So like in my head, I'm like being so oblivious to so much.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I'm so oblivious to like, so I'm like, nah, like it's like
Yeah.
my dad, he's yelling for me from upstairs. He's like, get down here. Like, he's like, you gotta get this. I was like, me? Me? Why do I have to? I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna call my mom.
Yeah.
I saw it on the shed. It was like this fat and this long.
Was it scary looking?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
okay.
should not be like green lizards should not be that big.
And do they bite or?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I like opened the sliding door, got like decently close, maybe from like the end of your mic to like, or like the clip to like, I was like, and it just like moved, and I was like, ooh,
Oh, God.
yeah, no, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
ended
there's-
up getting it?
No one.
No.
Yeah, so I just
You
closed
just
my
let it
doors
be.
and my windows extra tight. Yeah, it wasn't harming us,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
I know it exists, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's so
No.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
another insect.
Yeah. Okay. So now that we know your apocalyptic view, and it's pretty dire. If anything. Do you want to share any like Hawaiian crafts that you know or like to do?
Oh, I do like a simple like tea leaf lei.
Okay.
So, growing up, like my dad, I don't know where he got it from, but he like made it a thing to put tea leaf out like on the side of the house. So we like always had tea leaf. It wasn't actually until maybe 2 years ago, or 3, kind of after my grandma passed away, and I started to like practice it more. Like growing up, we've done like me and my neighbors, like my aunties, like we did classes, and they would just like teach us how, just for fun, you know, just to get the neighborhood together. But it wasn't until like I needed it for like my people that I knew for graduating, or like my teammates and stuff. So I like wanted to make, you know, something handmade, which is different. But I'd say tea leaves and like crown flower leis. Those are like very simple, I'd say, and something that like I've only recently, within the past 3 years, have like enjoyed like working on. Those are some like Hawaiian crafts, I guess.
I love that.
Yeah. So that goes on. That's like the lei flowers on the head.
Yeah.
Basically, that's cool.
Yeah, or around the neck.
Yeah.
Used for celebrations, congratulations.
And what are the
events.
tea leaves? Like the first one you mentioned, what are those made primarily for? Like
Normally, like leis, you can keep them open, or some people like are starting to get crafty and they're like tying them together, so you soften them first so it's like it can fold better, and you like kind of twist it around itself, and then you'll tie like some other soft pieces together. You start like weaving them. Some people like braid them and do like multiple, and like I don't know how to describe it, but if you ever seen like on social media or just like on YouTube, people like weave them in like many different ways to create just like a beautiful gift offering.
I feel like I'm picturing that, what I think that would look like.
Think of like braiding your hair, but like green.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
what I was
green.
picturing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
So-
Okay, now I'm remembering you made that really good banana lumpia.
Oh.
Which, at the potluck, which is like the deep fried banana, right?
Yeah.
Is that a Hawaiian dish, or do you make other Hawaiian
Would say
dishes?
I'd consider it, a Hawaiian. I think it's more Filipino though. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I am
Yeah.
Filipino. My dad's
Right.
Filipino.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's more of a Filipino dish. It's super good, super easy to make actually. Just gotta kind of find the right wrapping paper, lumpia paper. But they're very simple to make. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I ate like half the ones you brought for the whole potluck, just quietly.
It's okay. Everyone was. The kids were fine. They never need any more sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't need more
They
sugar. They were crazy.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Do you eat mostly Filipino style food? I feel like that's something you were talking about on our when we first met.
I do, yeah. It really depends with my dad, because Filipino food I feel like takes a lot of prepping, because it's a lot of vegetables. So like yesterday my dad made pinakbit, which is like string beans, okra, like that slimy bean, these like wing beans, like a lot of greens in it, like what's it called, squash, a lot of vegetables, and then it's just like the seasoning really is the difference. But I mean, a lot of meals go with rice too, kind of typical Asian kind of meal, white rice. Yeah,
Have you traveled to the Philippines?
I haven't. I believe my brother is gonna take my dad, so we'll see if my work allows, might go on that trip. But I don't know. When I was growing up, I heard that you have to take many shots
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just to go to the Philippines?
Yeah. Just like in
Whoa.
case.
Are they required?
I'm not sure if they're required. It was just by word of mouth that my dad told me. And I think that was a tactic to scare me, actually. But,
Oh, really?
yeah. But now he's like, we gotta go. And I was like, what about all the 7 shots that you said we have to take? He's like,
Yeah.
you don't got it. So I think it changed over time.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. That's interesting. Do you know if your family, like, has your family been on Hawaii for a long time? Or do you have family in the Philippines?
I do have family in the Philippines, yeah.
Really?
My dad actually has his dad's dad, so my great grandpa. He actually had land there in the Philippines. Yeah. Believe it was the city of Tarlac. Don't know exactly geographically where that is.
Yeah.
But he had like a whole land, and then
Wow.
eventually they got like a school built on that land, a little like small grocery store. So it was like a functioning like little city, I guess,
Wow.
that they had on top of it.
That's
But
really cool.
never got to visit it.
Wow.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's still in the family or not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been to anywhere else in Polynesia?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
No.
we really want to go to like Fiji and Tahiti, and the Cook Islands look really interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You planning to?
I mean, right now I'm just glad to be grounded.
Yeah. I mean, it's also hard to leave this island. We're like, you know,
Yeah.
because it's so nice here.
You have everything you need here.
Yeah.
You know, if an apocalypse doesn't happen.
Circling back to that.
Yeah.
But what
Yeah.
drew you to wanting to go to those islands?
Well, just like things we hear like about Tahiti being Hawaii 100 years ago, that type of thing. You know, like this is what Hawaii looked like 100 years ago. So that kind of sparks my interest. I'm like, whoa, okay, what would that be like? You know,
And it's still in the 21st centuries. They're still like living how they were.
well, I mean,
mean-
yeah, I don't know how accurate. Whoever told me that, how
No,
accurate,
no.
but it's like I don't know. They're just living a little more simply than we are over here in certain ways.
Yeah.
And
So cool.
and I don't know, maybe the reefs are a little healthier. There's less impact, less sunscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, also, I love islands and the tropics, and so any place like that, I'm just kind of drawn to. And just stuff I've seen about like the Cook Islands seem really interesting too. It looks like a really small islands and just cool mountains, and yeah, and just seeing the culture over there is interesting.
Right. Like, how is it different or similar to here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
and it
really
seems more
interesting.
remote because in a way we're so connected, you know, to the mainland with all the direct flights, and we have the fiber optic cables running under the ocean to us, you know. And so in a way, like, it seems like those islands are just even another world away, kind of.
Like a third world.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
maybe
one way
they're
to
more
find out.
advanced than we
Yeah.
realize. Yeah. I don't know, but
Maybe they're more self-sustainable. I don't know.
well,
you know.
probably. And that's the thing, is now we're like so reliant on these technologies, and so yeah, it would be interesting. I think also just I mean, we love it here, but also like visiting other islands. We always have in the back of our minds of what would it be like to live here, and would this be a better place to, you know, start a family or whatever. But right now I can't even think about traveling, because we've been on a journey to get to where we are now, and just to be grounded. We have our dog here, and just not having a plan to get on a plane anytime soon feels really grounding and really nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like we can really experience the Oahu vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Have you ever been to Washington State?
I have actually.
You
I just
have?
came from, that's right by Oregon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually just was there this past week.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
oh
went
my
up there.
gosh.
I went up there actually the trip that I was on, I went for a church conference, so our like big ministry, because like a lot of people from that ministry back 50 years ago, like they branched out to like all these different places. So they started their own like ministries in a way. And so we had our 50-year like anniversary for our big everyone got together from all the different places like Hong Kong, Philippines, Hawaii, but then like a lot of states too. So we went there first, and then after that me and my parents went to Washington to see my brother. He's actually living there.
Oh,
Yeah, for the past
cool.
5 years. So he's been
Aw.
up there. He's actually, he loves it. He loves it in the mainland, and I'm like a
Yeah.
total like, no, I need to be on this rock. And yeah.
Yeah, in the
So
middle
you don't
of the
wanna leave
Pacific
at all.
Ocean.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just love the people, I guess, the community. I mean, I always go back to community. It's always, yeah, nothing like it.
Yeah. Where in Washington is your brother?
He's living in West Washington now, but he was living in Shoreline and then in Bellevue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. West Washington. Is that like the name of...
I
Do
don't
you know
know. Or he just mentioned that it's like within the west part of Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Is it near Seattle at all, or just more like more west? You don't really know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. A lot of it was
Yeah.
like, especially I think something about the mainland compared to here is like, I mean, over here has traffic. I heard like, I mean, when we were there, Washington had traffic too, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's big highways,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it still has. I mean, I think it
It's-
has worse traffic than here. Actually, the traffic here is not too bad, just because the roads don't go on for too long. But in Washington, you know, the roads just go on forever, and if there's traffic, there can be traffic forever. So I
And
don't
the-
really mind the traffic here. you know.
Really? Oh my goodness. I'm like a drive that should have been like, you know, like way shorter than it normally is like, because like, and there's longer. I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
It's so
Right.
funny though, because I feel like here it's not as big of a deal for people to drive from town to town. But in Washington, it is a bigger deal. Like if you're going from one town to another, sometimes they're closer to each other, but yeah.
On the
sometimes it's
freeway, off the freeway.
yeah.
But it's like a freeway.
Exactly. And it just stretches on and on. And I really noticed that when we went back to visit our family this past summer. This summer, not past summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really noticed that it just, everything felt way more stretched out. It was really interesting. And people are more stretched out. And that was something to adapt to living here on Oahu, is even in like the more remote areas, like where we are living right now, you still see more people generally than
Everything's
in
a
Washington.
little more condensed.
It's
Yeah.
harder to find places where you can go where you don't see anyone. And I've had to kind of adapt to that. But once I've adapted, I'm like, oh, the people are a little lighter. They feel a little freer. And like everyone is generally pretty happy, especially if they're on vacation here. Yeah. So
Yeah, I also wanted to ask, like, so growing up here, there's a lot of outdoor activities, a lot of like dangerous outdoor activities with all the mother nature and everything here. Did you ever have like any near-death experiences growing up from?
Just what comes to mind first is like camping. We were camping and I was little and we were climbing trees that like I've actually went back to the place, it's really not that high. But as a kid, it was high. I remember like falling off and like getting scraped like on the side of my body. I would say that would be one. But like my parents are just like, oh, like,
Did it go like pretty
yeah, it went pretty deep too. It was pretty long. Yeah, like the side of my body. But then like my parents are like, oh my goodness, like soap and water, you're fine.
Okay,
and, like,
so
like brush it off.
It was like more traumatic for you than for your parents.
Yeah, so like I mean, I'm the type like learn my lesson once, okay, like I'll just not do it for a while. I'll be okay. Yeah. Now I have better knowledge of what can happen, what really can, and how clumsy I am.
Right.
And then,
yeah, I mean, because the kids are outdoors here more. There's just like more risk, you know, for injury and stuff like that. Yeah.
But then there's also time in the ocean where this is where I learned that you can't paddle into a wave. So I was a kid. I had my floaty on, strapped up in the canoe or kayak. It was a kayak, 2-person, and that was. My dad was in the back and my uncle was in the front, and they were just like going just for fun, like again another camping with like our church, like camping, and they're just going out and they paddle right into the wave and then like flip over. I'm over there like head to like almost the coral. And like I'm all strapped in. I couldn't do anything.
Oh my god.
I think those
happened.
So you were just stuck upside down.
Yeah, so I was stuck upside down. I was like I'm like trying to hold my breath while they're trying to like flip it over.
Holy cow.
But like,
yeah,
I feel like the most of it is like around family and friends. Really,
it's when you're the most relaxed. And yeah. That's interesting.
I get
yeah,
and it's very common actually. Like there was a family I was babysitting, and it was like they did like this nanny share. So it was just me with like 6 kids from 2 different moms, three, like a set. Yeah, and they're like all growing up near an age. But then
gosh.
I like would see them one day, not see them on Wednesday, and then see them on Thursday before. And then they would just like, I'm like, what happened to the kid? There's like gash. They're like, oh yeah, yesterday. Like, but it's like moms. They're just like local moms. They're just like, oh yeah, like like she was like, oh yeah, I told the mom already. Yeah, the kids were just like going hard at it. And then like, you know, obviously if you're gonna go hard, like they would be like, you know, watch until someone cries. Like that was the saying.
Right.
Like, keep on playing rough. Like until
we've seen the kids play really rough here. And they're on these like floaties in the water, and I'm like, oh my god, they look like wild animals. And I don't know, I haven't had like a lot of exposure to kids, and so maybe that's just how kids are, you know. Mainly the boys, they're just like like tackling each other and like throwing each other in the water, and it's intense. Yeah, and I'm like, well, like it's almost like, you know, they just got to get their energy out somehow. And
yeah, I mean, I think it's better than being on like an iPad inside, you know.
Yeah,
you learn a lot more.
Yeah,
hands-on experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. And it's, you know, a little bit of bruising and injury
and tears.
That's how they learn.
Tears.
Yeah. Wow.
I know you mentioned, I guess, talking about kids and like the safety wise growing up.
Right.
And like the brief mention about like possibly starting a family for you guys here.
Yeah.
Any thoughts of like seeing just how kids are like around? Any things that you're like, yes, like okay, hopefully my kid can experience that, and absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Any things that you guys like?
Marley's terrified that if we had a kid here, like that he or she would become a big wave surfer. That's Marley's biggest fear.
Yeah, especially if we're living on the North Shore. That would be my biggest concern, mainly because I would just be nervous for them every time they went out, you know, and that'd be their older, you know, not their younger years, but still, yeah, that is mother, something, right? Where you're like, oh man, I'd really have to like let go and let them do what they want to do, and if that's what lights them up, I'd have to let go. But yeah, that would be really hard. And then I think the other thing is just, well, I think that is the concern, is the surfing here is kind of scary, and we see a lot of young kids surfing like pretty good waves on really shallow reef, and
like teenagers surfing 20-foot waves,
but also like 10. I mean, we mentioned this I think in the last podcast we were doing, but yeah, like we've seen like 10-year-olds surfing like these really big waves. And I mean, big to me, it's not that big to them or their family or something, but yeah, so I think that's something. And then we just talked to this guy on the beach, and he was like, gosh, I get so mad at my son because he'll go out and do spearfishing with his friends, and they're not watching each other. And he's like, and I have to talk to them about it and be like, hey, your friends are all the way over there. You're over there. Why aren't you, why aren't you watching each other? And he also was describing how, I guess when you spearfish, then they end up clipping the fish to their body, their belt, and then they're bleeding, the fish is bleeding, and like it could attract a shark or something. And so, gosh, yeah, I think those are all that was
sorry, not to scare you. I was like, oh, you're talking about,
these are things,
but those are like
things
I think about. But then the other side is like these, like, we go to the beach and we see so many kids just running free, and they're not on phones.
They're naked.
They're running naked.
Yeah.
And they're in the sun.
And they're just
natural.
like living their best lives. And I'm like, honestly, that's what I think would be the best way to be raised, is just be free. And so,
because there's a lot of kids that are like stuck inside in cold climates, there's snow outside, or it's just, you can't spend a lot of time outside in some places that are cold.
like, so, even in Washington, it's a lot of indoor time
because of rain.
Rain. And then also
probably cold like 8 months out of the year.
Oh my.
Yeah. So there is like summers, which are nice, but
I felt the summer heat in Washington. It's pretty nice.
It's pretty nice.
I got a nice tan, actually. And I was only there for like a few hours.
It
was like a layover.
I swear the sun
amazing.
is... Sometimes it feels more intense there. The sun is strangely different.
But the breeze, there's a breeze
it's
too.
Cool.
Over here it's like hot, humid.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't breathe.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Yeah. So those are my thought processes. Overall, I think it would be a good place to raise kids. But there are challenges. I mean, do you think about that? I mean, I know you're 20, so you're
I think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of anything at the top of my head. It was just like,
well, you have like this strong community too, and that's kind of why we came here, is because we really wanted to find our community of people that we really resonate with. And so when you already have that, I feel like that's like such a solid foundation of...
Yeah, because then you're raising your kid like in that community already.
Yeah. So you have a good foundation, it sounds like.
As much as like there's that too, like I do know that I have a good, I guess, community too. There's this growing part of me that I'm like, but I want, like, I tell my parents, I'm like, but I want like my own community. Because like I've lived under theirs one, and then my siblings one, like being the last. So like I've lived under a lot of other people's communities that they've, raised around me, or like I was part of their community, So it's like, I'm coming to an age where I'm like, okay, I gotta like start branching out. And actually having to do like that hard
stuff. Well, it's not like we didn't have community in Washington either. I feel like that's what it sounded like. But yeah, I feel like that's like what we were like. We want to choose our community, and it felt like we didn't have people necessarily like other than family. Family was showing up for sure, but it felt like we didn't have like at one point right before we moved here, Kevin and I were talking. We were like, do you have anyone you can call if we're in like a pickle and like we need someone who we can like actually call and would actually help us? And we couldn't think of anyone that we like really felt good about calling. And that was like, whoa. And now, like, since being here, I felt like there's a lot of people. Like, and maybe it's just the culture here, too. Is
like people are giving us rides to the airport. And,
That's sweet.
And I'm like, I can think of a lot of people that I feel like if something were, I don't know, I can't even think of anything, but if I was like, I need someone, like, I have people now that I feel like I could call who's not family, but they're like people that I trust, you know? So anyway.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any pointers or like tips that you guys have, or like that you guys kind of like, I guess, I don't know if you guys did any experiments of like trying when you guys were in the process of building like what community you guys have now?
Pointers.
Yeah, any like advice from your experience?
Yeah. I think, well, one is like know yourself really well. The more you know yourself and the more you know who you are and what your values are, the more that you can communicate that with people. And then like if someone isn't vibing or you just don't feel a resonance, like you just let them go, you know, like, and also being willing to like, I don't want to say just cut people out, but like let people go out of your life if they're not in resonance, because it keeps there being like an open space in your life for the people who are in resonance. I think that was like the biggest thing that I'm still practicing.
And then
that's so good.
Just doing like the things you enjoy, you know, and then you meet whoever else is doing that and then kind of form community that way. Or even in like I mean, like you might find even in like your job, you might be finding parts of your community, you know, or do you have like what do you see your community outside of like what you were talking about? You were kind of almost like your parents' community is what you were kind of saying. What do you see your community outside of that? Like as far as what you're striving for?
Yeah, what would it look like?
It would look, good question. Wait, hold on. I guess building, I don't know how to describe it in words really, but like by giving examples of like some relationships that I just really had to like take a step out, like, because I feel like I could talk to people and like I enjoy talking to like new people, but then it's like on the different level of like, okay, talking to them, but then also like having that urge like, okay, conversation is great, I want to build a relationship with them and like get to know them, like actually get to know them rather than just like the surface level. So like I think
deeper connection,
just, like really being yourself, you know, and that helps. I don't know, in some way, like that's what I notice about Marley is like she's really herself, you know, and she almost like she does things where I'm like, oh, I can't believe you would tell somebody that, or like that's kind of cringy, but then when I think about it I'm like, well, she's just being herself, and like it's like
cringy. I didn't know that.
I don't even know one specific example, but
I'm constantly trying to filter people out here, you know.
No, that's good. That's so good though.
And I've just learned like if they don't like me, then good. You know, then it's like I didn't waste my time with that person.
And then we talked about earlier, like about your energy, like, you know, when something that, what was it about, just like putting your energy into something that really isn't worth it. Really. I think that's a big thing that I've been like learning too, is kind of like, because I was always like, I grew up and like a yes person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, like, you need anything? Yeah, yes, like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm there, okay. But then when it came down to it, I'm like, okay, I was there for other people, but then who's there for me? As much as I did have community, but then kind of at times there was like times of like loneliness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, I mean, learning that too is
Definitely.
great advice that I want to continue to.
Yeah, and like knowing what you're looking for in people. We probably want to bring this to a close pretty soon, but knowing what you're looking for in people, then you can also filter people out. You're like, oh, I can see the patterns this person's in. They're not actually going to show up for me in the way that I want. So, like, I don't need to keep pouring my energy into this connection because it's one-sided. And it's also, like, part of you taking your power back and choosing your community is, like, also choosing not to put your energy into dynamics where it's one-sided. And I feel like I've had to learn that the hard way so many times because then I'm like, you're just draining yourself with relationships that aren't actually fulfilling. And it's a journey.
Cool. Well, yeah, we should wrap this up so we can get to the beach before sunset.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for coming on, Cici. Do you have any shout outs you want to make at all, or any,
well, shout out to you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me. And I do know Jess said that it's her birthday and Millie's birthday this month.
Yeah, Jessica and Millie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
And the community on
Yeah.
this island. You know, there's good people.
Cool.
There's good people on this
There's
island.
really
Yeah,
good people
definitely.
here.
awesome.
Do you have any social media that you want to share, or?
I mean, I am on social media, barely active on it, but it's just CC. Like it's CCC.
Yeah.
If you're interested, but really, yeah.
yeah. We can link that down below if you want, or we can chat about that. But yeah, cool. Thank you so much for being here, Cici.
No
This
problem.
was such a good
Thank you.
conversation.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you,
listening,
thank you.
guys.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.